Your body is being held hostage by one of the biggest fitness myths of the modern era, the sacred 10,000-step rule that's supposed to melt belly fat, but actually keeps your visceral fat stubbornly locked in place. You've been told to walk more, track every single step on your watch, and chase that magic daily number like it's the holy grail of fat loss. Yet you still wake up with the same bloated, heavy midsection no matter how many steps you rack up. Here's what medicine and most fitness influencers refuse to tell you. 10,000 random steps is an arbitrary number invented in the 1960s for a Japanese pedometer marketing campaign. It has almost zero scientific backing when it comes to specifically burning dangerous visceral belly fat around your organs. In fact, if your walking is done at the wrong time, with the wrong technique, on or without the right signals, it can actually raise cortisol and keep your body in fat storage mode. I'm going to show you exactly why the 10,000-step obsession is failing you, and replace it with a far superior 5-signal strategic walking protocol that forces your body to burn visceral belly fat faster, in less total time, and with dramatically better results. This isn't about walking more, it's about walking smarter. This protocol reprograms your metabolism at the molecular level so your body finally taps into those deep, organ-surrounding fat stores instead of guarding them. It works even if you hate long walks, even if you have a desk job, even if you've tried every step goal and seen zero change in your waist, because it speaks directly to the biology controlling visceral fat. Let me first destroy the myth so you understand why you've been stuck. Visceral belly fat has up to 4 times more cortisol receptors than regular fat. Every time you do long, unstructured walking sessions without proper timing or technique, your body can interpret it as mild chronic stress. Cortisol stays elevated. Lipoprotein lipase, LPL, your fat storage enzyme, stays active, and those extra steps end up storing more energy around your organs instead of burning it. At the same time, most people walk indoors, on flat surfaces, staring at their phones, which misses the powerful light and optic flow signals your nervous system needs to feel safe and release fat. The result? You hit 10,000 steps, feel exhausted, and your belly looks exactly the same the next morning. The 5-signal protocol I'm giving you today is different. It combines precise timing, light exposure, optic flow, breathing technique, and lymphatic movement to lower cortisol, stabilize insulin, activate growth hormone, and force visceral fat mobilization. You'll burn more belly fat in 45 to 60 minutes total per day than most people do with 10,000 plus random steps. No expensive gear, no gym, just smarter walking. Signal number 1. The morning sunlight-timed walk that resets your cortisol curve and unlocks visceral fat. Most people who chase 10,000 steps do them whenever they can, usually in the afternoon or evening under artificial light. That's the first mistake. Your body is most metabolically vulnerable and receptive to fat-burning signals in the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking. Indeed, the hack is to get outside within 30 minutes of waking for a deliberate 12 to 15-minute forward walk while exposing your eyes to direct natural sunlight. No sunglasses. At the molecular level, the morning photons hit your retina and travel straight to your suprachiasmatic nucleus, triggering a sharp but healthy cortisol spike that quickly drops. This creates the perfect hormone pattern for energy without stress. Simultaneously, the forward optic flow quiets your amygdala, lowers overall cortisol, and tells your body it's safe to release visceral fat stores. People who switch to this single morning walk report their belly feeling lighter within the first 4 to 5 days because they're no longer fighting their natural circadian rhythm. This isn't placebo. This is measurable cortisol dynamics and circadian signaling working in real time. Signal number 2. The post-meal micro-walks that blunt insulin and prevent visceral storage. Instead of trying to squeeze all your steps into one long session, break them into short, strategic 10-minute walks immediately after each main meal. This is where the real visceral fat magic happens. When you eat, glucose enters your bloodstream and insulin rises. If you sit after eating, that insulin tells LPL to lock calories into visceral fat cells. A 10-minute walk right after eating dramatically improves glucose uptake into muscle cells, shortens the insulin spike, and shifts your body into fat oxidation mode. Science shows these post-meal walks can reduce blood sugar response by up to 30% and increase fat burning for hours afterward. Because visceral fat is so sensitive to insulin, these short walks prevent the very storage mechanism that 10,000 random steps miss. By the end of week 1, Most people notice their stomach stays flatter throughout the day because they're no longer allowing insulin to feed their visceral fat after every meal. These first two signals alone start dismantling the hormonal barriers that keep visceral fat locked. But the next three signals are what turn this protocol into a true visceral fat burning machine that outperforms 10,000 steps by a massive margin. These first two signals alone start dismantling the hormonal barriers that keep visceral fat locked. Signal number 3, the nasal breathing and optic flow technique that supercharges fat oxidation during every walk. Most people walk with their mouth open, staring at their phone, which keeps their nervous system in low-level stress and limits oxygen delivery to fat cells. The hack is to walk with a closed mouth, breathing only through your nose while keeping your eyes focused forward on the horizon. Nasal breathing increases nitric oxide production in your sinuses, which dilates blood vessels and improves oxygen delivery to visceral adipose tissue. At the same time, the continuous forward optic flow quiets your amygdala and drops cortisol even further. This combination shifts your body from sugar-burning to fat-burning mode within minutes. Science shows nasal breathing during low-intensity movement can increase fat oxidation by up to 25% compared to mouth breathing. Because visceral fat is highly responsive to oxygen-rich environments, these walks literally force your body to pull energy from around your organs instead of storing more. People who add this technique report their belly feeling lighter and less heavy after every walk, because they're no longer fighting their own stress response. This isn't placebo. This is measurable nitric oxide production and amygdala regulation working in real time. Signal number 4. The post-walk lymphatic activation that clears inflammation and accelerates visceral fat release. After each strategic walk, spend 60 to 90 seconds doing a simple abdominal lymphatic pump. Stand tall, place both hands on your lower belly, and make 20 slow clockwise circles with gentle pressure. This mechanically stimulates the lymphatic vessels around your intestines and liver, flushing out the inflammatory waste that keeps visceral fat swollen and locked. Visceral fat produces its own inflammatory cytokines that create a self-reinforcing cycle of storage. By clearing that stagnation immediately after walking, you prevent reaccumulation and allow the fat cells to stay in release mode. Combine this with 5 to 10 deep diaphragmatic breaths, and you further lower cortisol while increasing vagal tone. By the end of week 2, most people notice their waist measurement dropping because the lymphatic system is finally helping instead of hindering the fat loss process. This tiny add-on is what separates people who walk 10,000 steps with no results from those who see visible changes in their midsection every single week. Signal number 5. The evening 10-minute wind-down walk that protects overnight fat burning and prevents the 10,000-step trap. The final signal replaces the exhausting evening 10,000-step grind that most people try to squeeze in before bed. Instead, do one short 10-minute slow walk after your last meal and at least 2 hours before sleep. Keep the pace easy, lights dim if possible, and focus on nasal breathing. This walk completes the day's insulin control, gently lowers any remaining cortisol, and primes your body for the overnight growth hormone surge that specifically targets visceral fat. It also gives your lymphatic system one final gentle pump so waste doesn't sit stagnant while you sleep. People who replace their long evening step counts with this short, intentional walk report, waking up with a noticeably flatter stomach, because their body spent the entire night in true fat-burning mode instead of recovery from exercise mode. This isn't about doing less overall movement. It's about doing the right movement at the right time so every minute counts. Now here's the complete 5-signal protocol you can start tomorrow. No more chasing 10,000 meaningless steps. Within 30 minutes of waking, 12 to 15-minute morning sunlight forward, walk with nasal breathing. After every main meal, 10-minute post-meal micro-walk, 3 times per day. During every walk, nasal breathing plus forward optic flow focus. Immediately after each walk, 60 to 90 seconds of abdominal lymphatic pump plus deep breaths. Evening, 2+ hours before bed. 1 10-minute slow wind-down walk. That's it. Total walking time is only 45 to 60 minutes per day, far less than 10,000 steps. Yet it delivers dramatically better visceral fat loss because every step is strategically timed and executed with the correct biological signals. When you follow this protocol consistently, your body stops treating visceral fat as emergency storage and starts burning it as fuel around the clock. Cortisol drops, Insulin stays stable, lymphatic drainage clears inflammation, and growth hormone does its nightly cleanup job. Most people notice their belly feeling lighter and less bloated within the first 4 to 5 days. By day 14, the waist starts measuring smaller. By 30 days, visible changes appear in the mirror, and clothes fit looser around the midsection because you've retrained your metabolism to target the dangerous fat around your organs. The fitness tracker industry built a multi-billion-dollar empire around the 10,000-step myth while ignoring the actual science of visceral fat metabolism. They sell you the idea that more steps equal more fat loss, but they never explain timing, light exposure, optic flow, or lymphatic activation. You now know the truth. You don't need to walk more. You need to walk smarter. Your body isn't broken. It's not lazy or stubborn. It was simply given the wrong walking instructions every single day. Starting tomorrow morning, you get to send the right ones and finally force your body to burn visceral belly fat the way it was designed to. If this science-explained walking protocol resonated with you and you're tired of hitting 10,000 steps with zero results, hit that like button so the algorithm knows to show you more targeted belly fat strategies. Subscribe to the channel. I break down the exact molecular mechanisms behind every protocol so you understand exactly why it works. Drop a comment below and tell me which signal you're implementing first tomorrow. I read every single comment and reply to as many as I can. Share this video with someone who's exhausted from chasing 10,000 steps and still sees the same belly fat in the mirror. Show them the real solution isn't more steps. It's smarter ones. Your body isn't stuck. It's just been waiting for the right walking code. Starting tomorrow, you finally get to enter it. I'll see you in the next one.